Come on now. Come on, really? This doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Here we are, we've got the Nike Kevin Durant 12 YouTube sneaker. And here I am, I've got my Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel on YouTube. Should be a perfect match. It's not. There are many reasons why I don't like the shoe. And I shouldn't say that because, you know, I want YouTube to promote my videos and here I am bashing their tie-up with a shoe. So maybe they'll just like hide this video. That's interesting actually. Do you think YouTube could do that? Anybody who talks, you know, positively about this shoe, they promote the video, and anyone who's like bashing it, they sort of just slip it away and like hide it in dungeon somewhere. So basically nobody's watching this. Is that the deal? Excuse me. So yeah, here we are. We've got this tie-up. YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. This is a YouTube collaboration. I should really back it, and I should be like, "Yay, YouTube! Let's go, YouTube!" No, I call it straight at the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. And how I call this one straight is that I'm not a huge fan of this shoe. There's not much in there I like, and I want to detail that with you guys today and talk about that today. But also, I do reserve a little bit of time at the end of the videos for butter movement stuff. Here's a playlist. Bing to that butter movement stuff. If you don't know what the butter movement is and you want to know, there's a link in the description down below about the Shoe Butter Movement Tokyo Butter 23 tie-up. It's important because he has one of the rarest sneaker collections in the world. So it's a really important tie-up and a really important thing for my channel. But I always say sneakers first, butter movement later. So the butter movement stuff will come later. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to check in with the Nike Kevin Durant 12 YouTube. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel des. Mainichi apsuru no de. Mainichi mite kudasai. And every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, sneaker reviews, and plus alpha. We're all creative these days at the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel, trying new things. Sometimes they fail, sometimes they don't. But it's good to try new things and to change things up and keep things fresh. And if it's not working out, tell me in the comments down below. If it is working out, tell me in the comments down below. But either way, we're going to try some new things and be creative, and we'll see where that goes. And as this is a YouTube channel, it's very important that I say at the start of my videos, please subscribe. It's actually quite important. And you know what else is important? It's hitting that like button. And you know what else? No, I'm not going to do that. So please do subscribe and hit that like button down below. And since I'm here in Japan, I do say at the start of every single one of my videos, Toroku onegaishimasu. Mada toroku shite nai kata ni zehi toroku o yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Okay, without further ado then, let's get into these sneakers and I'll explain why for me it's not my favorite shoe out there at the moment. And you know what, I was going to conclude the video with this, but you know what I'm going to do right now? That my overall impression of this shoe is that it's a cartoon sneaker. That's what I wrote in my notes when I was researching this shoe. It feels like a cartoon sneaker to me. And it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel like a proper shoe. I'm not really all that sure why, but I'll explain like the bits about it that I do and I don't like. Predominantly red, white and black shoe, which is usually a good thing. Red, white and black shoes do tend to sell well, breads and all that, you know, black and red and all that. So, but you know, for me, it just it doesn't quite work out the way I thought it would. Now, the main feature on the shoe is in two places, I think I'm right in saying, that on the tongue and on the heel, there is YouTube icon detailing. And by that what I mean is, and I'm sure there's a picture behind me illustrating this, that detailing is like the thumbs up or the thumbs down or the little cog for the settings icon on YouTube. What else is on there? There's a few other things on there. I can't remember any of them right now, which is terrible. Oh, that was the one I wanted to remember, was CC, because I keep forgetting to say this to Japanese people out there, that CC バトンを押すと英語の字幕が出てくるので、その英語の字幕を読みながら東京バトル23の話を聞きながら、いい勉強になりますので、字幕をぜひおすすめします。And what I do is I recommend to my Japanese viewers out there that they click the CC button so that while they're listening to me talk, they're also getting the English text of me talking, which helps people to understand. And it might help people who aren't from the UK to understand me as well. So even if you're not Japanese, even if you're an English-speaking person and you have no idea what I'm talking about, hit that CC button and get some subtitles rocking down below. And that CC button is one of the details on the tongue and the the heel section here, and I think that's the main feature of the shoe, and actually I think it's a bit of a fail. It's too cluttered. It just I don't know, the icons are too small and too densely packed, and like I said, part of it just makes me feel like it's a cartoon shoe. But it's interesting. Is it interesting or ironic? It's ironic in a way that my two favorite features of the shoe are actually YouTube detailing. So that small icon detailing across the tongue and on the heel, don't like. Not a huge fan of the Kevin Durant YouTube branding on the right shoe has YouTube and the left shoe has Kevin Durant on the tongue as well. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's a bit tacky. But what I do like is when you go around to the heel, it says on the back there, ad will play after video will play after ad, which is it's almost an iconic YouTube phrase these days. Video will play after ad, I think is what it says on the back of the shoe. But also on the insole, there's a real discreet piece of let's call it branding, where the search box that you'd use to search YouTube or to search Google and things like that is on the insole. Now that I like. I think both of those are kind of cool and discreet, and but I don't know, it's those small icons on the tongue and stuff I just think are a little bit, they're packed in there a bit too much, too many of them, a little bit of overkill. I'm also not a huge fan of the colour on the stripe, on the swoosh, on the side. The laces and the midsole and the outsole are a cherry red, a very sort of popping cherry red colour. But the swoosh is more of an off red, if I could kind of take the off-white kind of idea and make it off red. So that colouring not being consistent between the laces, the swoosh, the midsole and the outsole, having that different colour on the swoosh there, even though it should be red, is one thing I'm not a huge fan of. One thing I kind of like is around the heel cup and the heel support and the heel counter is the sort of oversized stitching. I think if they hadn't done that, the shoe would have been a bit too plain, and it adds a bit of kind of character and a focus point for your eyes to have that oversized, large size stitching around the heel counter and the heel cuff. So that's kind of a plus. But overall, I stick by my opinion, my statement that to me these guys are a cartoon shoe. They don't really look great. A bit too much of the collaboration, not enough of the sneaker. Actually, now that I think about it, there was a shoe I reviewed last week called the SB Dunk High Jordan 6. I don't know if it's called the Jordan 6, but the SB Dunk High Jordan 6, 40% against rights. And the whole concept about 40% against rights was that if you change something more than 40%, it loses its identity. And I would say, in the case of these Kevin Durant shoes here, that there's too much of the collaboration. There's too much YouTube in them and not enough Nike or Nike Kevin Durant 12 in them. More than 40% of the shoe has been given to YouTube, and therefore it's lost its identity. And that is the problem with the shoe, in that they've put too much of the YouTube in there, not enough of Nike, and that's not working in my honest opinion. But that's just me. Now apparently this shoe's coming out because Kevin Durant's got his own YouTube channel. I don't know if it's new or if it's been going for a while, but it's supposed to support that. Maybe he's a big deal on YouTube and I just don't know about it. I don't know, maybe you could tell me in the comments down below. But for now, that's enough about the shoe. I do, at the end of my videos, when I'm finished talking about the shoe, cut into stuff about the butter movement, which I'm going to do right now, and talk about how the butter movement is growing and coming back to us. We had a great video earlier this week where I think I dropped it already. If I haven't dropped it already, I apologize. Wow, I just kicked the table. I apologize if I haven't already dropped it, but I think I will have dropped this archive footage that we found, Shoe Butter found in a laptop that's 3 years old. So it's great to be able to time warp back to the Butter Movement 1.0 and see some original footage from back then. But we continue to grow, we continue to innovate and be creative here at Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel, thanks to Shoe Butter's input and Mark's input, trying to get this thing up and interesting and changing. So thank you guys for your support and helping the channel to grow. I do appreciate it, and hopefully as we go forward, you know, we'll be able to do interesting things. And like I said before, there's the playlist, there's links down below to especially to two videos down below. There's the one about how I see the tie-up between me and the Butter Movement working in the future, but there's also one about why I had never owned a pair of Jordans until this spring when I bought my first pair of Jordans, the Red 4s. And that's a video worth watching because it gives my background as a sneaker YouTuber and a lover of sneakers. I'm reluctant to say sneakerhead because basically I don't have enough money to be a sneakerhead, but my hope is that through this channel I'll be able to explore that part of my life a little bit more. But anyway, so enough about that, enough about me, enough about the Butter Movement right now. It's time for me to sign off. But at the end of all of my videos, I do get to thank you guys for watching and hitting that like button down below and hitting that subscribe. Gradually getting the watch time up there to match the subscribers, which really helps. And if I can get them on the go before the Olympics come into town next year, I think that'll be really good for me and good for my channel. So thank you guys very much for that support and checking in every single day. For now though, it's time for me to check off, and because I do this every single day, I get to say at the end of my videos, and I need to find a different way of saying this because I say it all the time, but it would be interesting to shake this bit up as well. But for now I don't have an idea how to shake that up, so I'll do what I do every single day, which is say that because I do this in daily drops, I do it every single day, that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.